Our top story at 5 Live now. Clean drinking water and clean air. They're not just luxuries, remember. They are the most basic rights promised to every citizen. Yet today, across Indian cities, both are increasingly unsafe. Delhi and other parts of India have been suffering from choking pollution levels for months now. And it's not just air. Urban India is fighting two silent emergencies at once: poisoned taps and polluted skies. As Indore, India's so-called cleanest city, deals with the public health crisis of contaminated water, two other cities now, Gandhinagar and Bengaluru, have now reported sewage contamination in drinking water. These are not isolated incidents, remember. They point to a deeper systemic failure, aging pipelines, delayed civic action, and warnings that come only after people fall sick or worse, lose their life. And while water turns toxic, the air Indians breathe is no safer either, right? When children land in hospital beds because of drinking water, when families fall ill simply by breathing in the air around them, the issue is no longer infrastructure. It's about governance, it's about accountability, and it is about the constitutional right to life. A nation aspiring to be a global power must first guarantee its citizens something as fundamental as safe water to drink and clean air to breathe. But that's clearly not happening in some of India's biggest cities. Take a look at this ground report that we bring you now from Indore, where due to the contamination, at least 10 people have died. Over 140 remain hospitalized.
पानी इतना गंदा है कि देखकर ही डर लग रहा है.
The truth behind Indore's Swachh City tag is out. Bhagirathpura is no longer an isolated case. Several localities are now grappling with contaminated drinking water, forcing residents to consume unsafe water straight from their taps. Areas like Gulzar Colony and Piplia Rao are witnessing a crisis identical to Bhagirathpura. Water supplied from the Narmada River, meant for drinking, is coming out muddy, black and foul-smelling.
तो ये बाल्टी हमने मंगाई है और ये बाल्टी देखिए साफ सुथरी सफेद रंग की बाल्टी है. इसमें अगर आप साफ पानी डालेंगे तो आपको ट्रांसपेरेंट कलर पानी का दिखेगा. अब हम नर्मदा का पानी इसमें डालते हैं और उससे समझेंगे कि कैसा पानी है, कैसा कलर है इस पानी का जो इस वक्त इसमें डाला जा रहा है. अब ये नर्मदा का पानी इस बाल्टी के अंदर डाला जा रहा है और धीरे धीरे जो पानी है वो इसमें भरता जा रहा है. आप देख सकते हैं कैसे जो ये पानी है इसके कलर में परिवर्तन होता जा रहा है. हल्का पीलापन आपको यहाँ पर नजर आएगा और इस पीलापन की वजह से लोग काफी परेशान हैं. कितना दूषित ये पानी हो जाता है?
ये पानी ज़्यादातर 6 महीने 8 महीने से ऐसा ही आ रहा है और अभी बीच में तो हमने बंद कर दिया था ये पानी यूज़ करना. हम बोरिंग से यूज़ कर रहे थे पानी. जब भी हम बोरिंग चलाते हैं बोरिंग में भी ऐसा ही पानी आता है चैम्बर सीवेज लाइन के कारण. और अभी भी आप देखेंगे तो ये पानी में झाग आएंगे.
Even water supplied through tankers isn't safe.
ये पानी बाहर से तो साफ होने का दावा किया जा रहा है, लेकिन अंदर ये कैसा पानी है वो देखना बेहद जरूरी है. देखिए इसका जो ढक्कन है वो भी पूरी तरह से जंग लैस है. हर जगह सिर्फ और सिर्फ जंग है. अंदर का पानी आप देखिए, ये है अंदर का पानी जो लोगों को पीने के लिए अब सप्लाई किया जा रहा है. और कितना गंदा पानी फिर से लोगों को यहाँ पर दिया जा रहा है. क्या ये पानी कैलाश विजयवर्गीय या यहाँ के महापौर या काउंसलर क्या वो पिएंगे? क्या मुख्यमंत्री इस पानी को पिएंगे?
The consequences are visible. 142 people are hospitalized, including 11 in ICUs, due to diarrhea outbreak linked to contaminated water. In Bhagirathpura alone, over 9,400 people have been screened, with 20 new cases detected and 6 deaths officially reported so far. The drinking water from taps tested for total dissolved solids or TDS, revealing dangerously high contamination levels. While 150 to 300 is the acceptable limit, the results for tap water were well beyond that.
यानी अब इस मीटर को इसके अंदर डाला जाएगा और पता करते हैं कि इस पानी का टीडीएस मीटर पे कितना आता है। 510 इस पानी के अंदर जैसे मैंने इस मीटर को डाला है तो इसका पॉइंट आ रहा है। और अब इस टीडीएस मीटर को उस पानी के अंदर डालते हैं जो पानी हमने पैक्ड ड्रिंकिंग वाटर से निकाला। इस ग्लास के अंदर वो पानी है और इसके अंदर जब हम डालेंगे तो आप टीडीएस मीटर देखिए कितना आ रहा है, 24। कहाँ 500 के ऊपर और कहाँ 24। और ये स्थिति कहीं ना कहीं दर्शाती है कि कितना गंदा और कितना भयानक और डरावना पानी है ये। इस पानी के पास बैठने में भी बदबू आ रही है, लोग तो इसको पीने के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री को ये समझने की जरूरत है कि अगर आपको प्यास लगे और आपको पानी पीना है तो आप ये पानी पीजिए, ये पानी कतई पीने लायक नहीं है।
Water contamination is not a problem limited to Indore. According to a central government report from 2016 to 17, foul fecal contamination was detected in 58 areas across the country, with 36.7% of water samples deemed unfit for drinking. Only 5 districts reported 100% safe water, while in many others, less than 40% of homes had access to potable water. Alarmingly, 5 districts reported zero potable water, underscoring the urgent need for action to ensure safe drinking water for all. If India's cleanest city is forced to drink contaminated water, it raises serious questions about governance and accountability. The question remains, who will be held accountable for this man-made tragedy? With Piyush Mishra in Indore, Bureau Report, India Today.
Man-made tragedy indeed over there. The city of Indore looks sparkling on the outside, has a tag for being the most swachh in the country. But look what's in its dark underbelly. Poisonous water that is now taking away lives. And perhaps the politicians there, those in authority, not bothered at all. In fact, getting mad and getting furious at media for asking all those questions. But that's not all. Our reporters on the ground have been doing some spectacular work. Piyush Mishra, whose report you just saw, sent us another one, this time from a colony called Gandhinagar, where he found that there was a drinking water pipeline running in the middle of an open drain, right in the middle of the street. When he spoke with people, they said they have repeatedly been telling the administration there that do something about it, but they never responded.
Here you can see as to how people are forced to use this water as for the purpose of drinking, for the purpose of cleaning, for bathing, for cooking food, for everything. And this is the harsh reality of Indore city of Madhya Pradesh. Remember that in Bhagirathpura, more than 10 people have already lost their lives because of drinking the contaminated water. And here we are now seeing how the water is completely contaminated because this water is coming beneath the sewage line, and the water connection has been laid right under the sewage line. This is the sewage line where you can see as to how at one side you have this sewage connection, on the other side you have this drinking water connection which has been given here by the authorities. So this shows as to how people are forced to live in such pathetic situation. We have this connection which is coming right under the sewage line, and this water is used for drinking purpose. People have requested to authorities multiple times to check this, to maintain this, to ensure that there are two different lines of sewage line and drinking water line, but the authorities have not listened to their grievances.
It's just there for everybody to see. Piyush Mishra joins us live now for more on this. Piyush, we saw the entire report. We also saw that Gandhinagar area as well, where you saw that the sewage line was actually right next to the water pipeline. That's where the mixing is actually taking place. And a lot of problems actually come there. But what are the locals saying? I'm sure this isn't an overnight problem. They must have seen it coming. They must have gone to the local administrator, in this case the municipality, to report, to say that this is not right. What happened then?
Well, Sonal, the locals have approached local authorities multiple times, but authorities did not act. We spoke to the locals there. They are telling us they approached to the local authorities, and every time they got an assurance that yes, we will come tomorrow, but that tomorrow has never come. You would remember, Sonal, that we also questioned Kailash Vijayvargiya, and we asked what he had to do, what he had to say about the people who have lost their lives, about the pathetic situation in Bhagirathpura and various parts of Indore. Even he replied to us, "Main kal bataunga." So this kal and this tomorrow is not coming in Indore, and people are facing problem day by day. We have spoken to people, and they are saying that many people are falling ill every day in their residences just because they are consuming contaminated water. And this is not the story of only Bhagirathpura. This is the story of Sonia Gandhinagar, of Gulzar Colony. This is the story of Pipaliyapura. And people are telling us that they have been requesting authorities to take actions. And the requests are being made for the last many years. But mayor's change, situation does not. BJP has been ruling Nagar Nigam, as well as BJP has its MLA here. But despite for the last more than 20 years, BJP ruling both the governments, no actions have been taken, and people are really frustrated. We have also
Piyush,
gone
where
to
is
the
the
houses
commissioner?
of people. They are telling us that
The commissioner of
the Narmada
Indore,
water
who
which-
has been on so many campaigns, who's been the poster boy of how he can really clean the city. Was it just an eyewash? The city's been cleaned on the surface of it, while the dark underbelly has water that causes death?
Well, it was complete eyewash. The kind of claims which the commissioner make, and the kind of awards which he wins every time that Indore is the safest clean city, that has been exposed, and that has been exposed by our repeated coverage. We have shown how people are facing a lot of problem. The contaminated water is coming in almost every household. What commissioner says that I have not got any complaints. What local Parshad tells us, that Adhikari do not work, officials do not work. Officials say we do not get instructions. And then, the local MLA is also frustrated that the officials are not listening to him. So there is a blame game which is continuing. But at the end of the day, it's the people of Indore who are at the receiving end. Sonal.
Well, we'll leave it there for the moment. Spectacular reporting there, Piyush, and keep at it. Keep sending us more reports and more ground reality so we can sort of reflect it here as well. But if you thought that this water crisis was limited to one city and it was just the city of Indore, just one colony there, think again. Because a sharp rise in typhoid cases has set alarm bells ringing in Gandhinagar as well. Over 100 suspected cases have been reported in just 5 days, with most patients undergoing treatment at the civil hospitals. Authorities are now investigating if contaminated drinking water was actually to be blamed, and it looks like it was. Officials say that the surge has been especially steep over the last 3 days, with nearly 50% jump in positive cases, and also children forming the majority of those cases. Take a look at this report coming in from Gujarat.
An alarming spike in typhoid cases has shaken Gujarat capital Gandhinagar. In just 2 days, over 100 children have been hospitalized, all suffering from waterborne infection. The cause? Contaminated drinking water supplied to several areas of the city. India Today reached the affected areas and found that a leaking sewage line running dangerously close to a drinking water pipeline.
तस्वीरों में भी आप देखिए, बीते 2 दिनों पहले ही गांधीनगर म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ने गटर लाइन और जो पीने की लाइन थी, जो कि आजू बाजू में से पसार हो रही थी, उसमें रिपेयरिंग का कामकाज किया है। लेकिन यहाँ पे गंदा पानी भरा रहता था। वाल आप देख पा रहे हैं, इसे फिलहाल यहाँ पे रिपेयर किया गया है, बदला है।
Despite multiple complaints of contaminated water over a week, the Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation did not take the necessary steps in time. As people consumed the water, infections spread rapidly, causing fever, body aches and breathing difficulties, especially amongst children.
पानी से सब पीते हैं ना, तो बड़े लोग को भी बीमारी हो जाती है, छोटे बच्चे लोग को ज़्यादा होती है। मेरे घर में मेरी लड़की बीमार है, स्कूल से आई वैसा ही गिर गई, 5 दिन हो गया उसको बुखार आ रहा है, दवाई लाया पर कुछ असर नहीं हो रहा है उसको।
ये पानी 5-6 दिन से आ रहा है, तो अभी गंदा पानी आ रहा है, पीने में बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है। तो हमारे को गोली दिया था, तो कल से तो गोली डाल रहे हैं पीने के पानी में, तो आज तो बहुत ज़्यादा गंदा आया है। बदबू गटर जैसी आ रही हो, गटर कोई मिलावट है गटर का पानी का, ऐसा मिलावट आ रहा है।
अच्छा, अभी पीने का पानी आप किस प्रकार से इस्तेमाल कर रही हैं? क्या यही पानी को पी रहे हैं आप?
नहीं तो नहीं वो नहीं, वो वाटर बैग आता है ना, इनसे भरते हैं पानी।
तो अभी वाटर बॉटल मंगवाना शुरू किया है आपने?
हाँ वो बोतल, क्योंकि बीमारी की वजह से बीमार ना पड़े इसलिए।
Medical costs have pushed families surviving on daily wages to the brink. Residents have been left with no choice but to buy bottled water. Doctors at the Gandhinagar Civil Hospital, where children suffering from typhoid occupy most wards, have warned that more cases are likely in the next 2 weeks.
टाइफाइड फीवर में इंक्यूबेशन पीरियड 15 डेज़ का होता है, इसलिए इसमें और 15 दिन तक ऐसे डेली अराउंड 10 पेशेंट्स आते रहेंगे। और बाकी हमें 3 वार्ड है, E2, F2 और 604 वार्ड, और सब में पेशेंट के भी ट्रीटमेंट अच्छे चल, राउंड द क्लॉक 25 पीडियाट्रिशियंस और डॉक्टर्स डेप्यूटेड है।
Union Home Minister Mishra has stepped in, directing the local authorities to take quick action. Water samples have been collected, pipelines repaired, and awareness drives launched. But with action coming 10 days too late, several families are left to deal with medical emergencies. The damage is already done. With Atul Tiwari in Gandhinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Pritesh Joshi, my colleague, now joins us for more on this story. Pritesh, take us back to, is this problem localized or is this as widespread as we are seeing in Indore, where it started with one colony, but now there are more and more patients and some, similar issues emerging in other colonies and areas as well?
This is the problem occurs in the 3 different parts of the Gandhinagar city, Sector 24, Sector 28 and the Adiwada area of Gandhinagar city. Earlier this was reported by the as per the local people, they have informed the local corporators 15 days back that they are getting the water which is not drinkable, it is a polluted water, and that's why they have informed the local corporators, but somehow the communication was not done or the actions were not taken by the Gandhinagar Municipal Corporation at that time, and once there was a surge in the cases of the typhoid cases, the corporation and all the people have from the authorities, all the authorities have been rushed to the spot, and they have tried to cover up the area which were affected by these polluted water. There were more than 20 leakages in the pipeline of these areas, due to which this contaminated water was flown to the different houses. Almost 30,000 households has been surveyed by the authorities after the more than 100 typhoid cases has been reported in the just span of 3 days. And that's why, as per the current official records, 90 people have been discharged and 113 people are still under the treatment in the civil hospital of Gandhinagar. So more than 200 cases were reported as per the latest figure. Though the authorities have claimed that they have taken the control of the situation, and now the people are not getting the polluted water or the contaminated water, but still the cases may surge, and there has been and as per now there was some suspected death of a girl child of 7 years. Though reports are awaited whether it was due to this typhoid or the other reason. We have to wait for the confirmed report, but one suspect death
Pritesh,
as well.
update us as in when
now,
you get that report.
due to
Important to
this
see what's
whole
happening
incident.
over there in Gandhinagar as well. Thanks so much for joining us with the very latest. But it's not just Indore, Madhya Pradesh. It is not just Gandhinagar in Gujarat. It is Bengaluru in Karnataka. Now, on the list as well, sewage contamination in drinking water has hit a key area of the Karnataka capital, forcing at least 30 to 40 households to rely on private water sources for over a week. Several families have now reported frequent illnesses, with some requiring hospitalization as well. They say that they were more aware, they took action faster, but despite that, these waterborne infections have already taken over. Here's a report.
Indore, Gandhinagar, and now Bengaluru too. The crisis of contaminated drinking water is widespread across India. Sewage contamination has been reported in Bengaluru's Lingarajapuram, triggering serious health concerns among residents. For more than a week, at least 30 to 40 households have been forced to depend entirely on private water sources. Several families have reported frequent illnesses over the past few months, including some requiring hospitalization for waterborne infections.
How many of them fell ill because of this, sir? And what kind of medication they were given? What doctors advised you?
See, a few residents, like there's one elderly person there. She fell sick. There's another person fell sick here. Okay. But not in my family. There was so far, because we started acting after the whistleblower from Dr. Newman.
Pipe water is there. It is rusted and it is very bad. For the sake of the health, we have to change the entire pipe.
So there were quite a few people who were taken ill. Okay, one of them was hospitalized, and one of our neighbor here, she underwent, she had serious bout of diarrhea as well. So now people are sort of recovering from that.
As complaints mounted, the Bengaluru Water Supply and Sewerage Board stepped in, saying it has stopped water supply to the affected area to prevent further health risks. An intensive investigation is now underway. Using robotic technology, along with ground staff, the board is tracing the exact source of contamination. Meanwhile, free potable water is being supplied through Sanchari Kaveri tankers to affected residents. But the opposition has targeted the Congress government in Karnataka for not prioritizing the basic rights of the people.
You ask the Sidramaya. He's telling now 2,000. We are giving 2,000 rupees. You take food, drinking water, milk, sarai, whatever you want, you take. We are not worried about the water, road, anything. This is the Sidramaya stand. This is Sidramaya. This is Congress party. Shame to Congress party.
Thank you, sir.
With contaminated water now reported in at least 3 major cities, the focus is on shrinking civic accountability, as residents wait for what should be basic and safe, clean drinking water. With Bureau Report, India Today.